Thunderbirds, are we excited? The starters for Tomlinson: Griffin Hoagland, Hayden Chu, James Jara, Mito Saleh, and Jackson Wormley. And now your starters for your Fairfield Woods Wildcats. From North Sheffield Elementary, Declan Sullivan. From Jennings Elementary, S.J. Taxel-Torides. Also from Jennings Elementary, Jimmy Taxel-Torides. From Jennings Elementary, Landon Howard. And from Osborne Hill Elementary, Brady Price.
Hello, Fairfield Woods Middle School. I'm Justin Otoshi, your play-by-play announcer for today. So today we have an interesting rivalry: Tomlinson versus Fairfield Woods Middle School, an in-town rivalry. Fairfield versus Fairfield. And we're gonna have Declan, S.J. Jimmy, and Brady Price and Landon Howard. Tomlinson versus. And we are underway as Tomlinson pulls that one down. Tomlinson. Here comes number 11, Jackson Wormley. Wormley passing inside to Mo Salah. The travel going Woods' way, and the crowd going wild. This is going to be a great game. In-town rivalry, you better know it. And here comes Landon passing it in for Brady Price. And here comes Price bringing it in. And here comes Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides to his brother. Finding Price. But pulls it down, and here comes Brady Price. Price, trapped, passing it to Landon. Landon, the Euro, passing it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides to Declan Sullivan. Sullivan to S.J. S.J. pumps takes it to the rim. Float it, no. Rebound, looking for an opening. Passes it to Jimmy. Jimmy, inside. Foul and one! The bucket for Jimmy Taxel-Torides. Going to the free throw line for one more. What a play by Taxel-Torides, using his size to get to the rim. And Taxel-Torides, first one today. And last time we saw him get 10 points against Flood. Really hustling, really using his body to get to the rim, and getting a lot of boards that game too. And that's a 3-0 lead, early start. Taxel-Torides having 3 points so far in this one. Zion passing it over, and here comes Tomlinson. I just can't seem to get the red school as Taxel-Torides work together to get a steal. And here comes Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan driving in. Sullivan floats it up. Won't go. Pulled down by Tomlinson. And here comes Will Bloom taking it up the floor. Bloom passing it to Chu. Going inside. Won't go. Pulls it down. Pump fake. Inside against Landon Howard. Howard to Taxel-Torides for the defensive play. Swatted away. And the jump ball. And that'll be going Woods' way.
Jump ball to Woods.
Great defensive play by Jimmy Taxel-Torides. And S.J. getting that inbound to go for Declan Sullivan. Running the full court press Tomlinson as they find a fast break. Taxel-Torides inside, using his size. That's going to be a foul. Going to the line for 2.
Taxel-Torides draws the foul. Going to the line for 2.
And Hayden Chu, they said earlier that he was too sick to come, but his dedication showing here as he is still in the game. Taxel-Torides with his second and third free throw attempts, shoots one, misses, and that'll be 1 for 2. Substitution here for Tomlinson, and Griffin Hoagland subbing in for Jackson Wormley. And Taxel Torides shooting his second one right now. His third free throw attempt this game. And swishes the second one. 4-0. Taxel Torides, all the points so far for Woods. And Tomlinson taking it up the floor. Taxel Torides guarding up tight. Sullivan against Tomlinson. Tomlinson inside. Floater. No good. Rebound taken down by Taxel Torides. Here comes Price. Brady Price going inside. Driving. Landon Howard looking for an opening. Jimmy. Inside. Declan Sullivan pulls it. Finds the bottom of the net. Declan Sullivan with an early three-pointer. 7-0. Fairfield Woods Middle School lead. And this in-town rivalry is going as planned for Fairfield Woods Middle School. Their new coach. Blocked by Taxel Torides. What a defensive play. Swats that one away. Taxel Torides focusing on his defensive hustle as Tomlinson gets it inside. The floater swishes it. And Taxel Torides making great defensive effort there, but won't last. And Taxel Torides picks it. And Price finding Sullivan, but gets it to Sullivan after a quick mix-up. Howard pulls on. Won't go. And the defense here by the Taxel Torides Twins. And here goes both middle Sala passing it to Ben. Tomlinson looking for it. Here comes Griffin passing it inside. Here comes Sala again. Sala driving in, back to Griffin. Griffin against Taxel Torides. Here comes Saleh, the steal, and Taxel Torides making an effort. Saleh driving inside. Blocked by Taxel Torides! These Taxel Torides brothers really getting it done today for Woods. And Taxel Torides twins getting it done today off the floor. And right now they have 6 of the 9 Fairfield Woods Middle School points. Great defensive end by Taxel Torides for a bucket in transition for Taxel Torides. The layup, that's going to be a travel on Tomlinson going Woods' way. Great defense by Taxel Torides. And the substitution here, Saleh going out for Piano. Here comes Price. Price to SJ. Sullivan kind of loses it. Sullivan inside, stolen by Tomlinson. Timeout by Tomlinson. And we'll be right back, Woods, off a great action. And here comes Tomlinson going up the floor. Stolen by Taxel Torides. Taxel Torides getting it to Sullivan. Sullivan going inside behind the back to Taxel Torides. Driving. Passing it to his brother. Taxel Torides won't go. Rebound pulled down. And great defensive play by Taxel Torides going Tomlinson's way. And we're seeing a couple new faces for Tomlinson's roster as Hayden going inside. And Hayden passing it to Jara. Jara finding Hayden. Out of bounds, going Woods basketball. Woods basketball. And here comes Sullivan. Sullivan. Tomlinson trying to play the press. And here comes Taxel Torides. Taxel Torides inside the reverse. Gets it to go. 11-2. And Jimmy Taxel Torides right now with 7 points, I believe. And here comes Chu passing it for Bloom. Bloom going inside. Back. And the steal by Sullivan. Chu gets it back. Chu passing it to Kanoa. Kanoa passing it to Jara. Jara to Kanoa. Declan Sullivan tripping up a little bit there. The crossover on Sullivan. The foul won't go. 2 free throws for Tomlinson, though, off that crossover. And shooting those will be Will Bloom starting today's game. And we're going to see somebody substituting here for Fairfield Woods as we see number 15 and number 11, Jackson Wormley and Declan Gilbert as the substitution going in. And Zach Fearman going in for Landon Howard. Zephyr, as we like to call him. The substitution here for Woods, as we saw, having him an interview with us, talking about how he's going to be effective this game and how he's really going to be aggressive on defense. And 2 free throws made for Will Bloom. And here comes Taxatoritas to Sullivan. Sullivan, crossover, driving in. Price in the corner. Sullivan crossing over. Sullivan looking for Taxatoritas, but it does. Taxatoritas inside, layup, will go. SJ Taxatoritas. And the Taxatoritas twins really being a threat so far, both on the defensive end and on the offensive floor. Jimmy and SJ. Here comes Bloom. Bloom off the screen from Griffin. Bloom. Back from ball. Maclow going inside against Taxatoritas. Griffin wide open. Can't convert. Rebound Price. Price inside. Pulls one. Finding the bottom of the net. Brady Price with another 3. 16-4. Brady Price off that great look. And here comes Tomlinson. Maclow. Passing it to Bloom. Bloom inside. The 3. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Griffin. Griffin finds Maclow. No good. Rebound Sullivan. The steal from Tomlinson. And going inside. Bloom shooting. Laying and scoring. Will Bloom getting that one to fall. And here comes Sullivan. 16-6. Sullivan pulls a deep one. No good. Spearman tried to pull that one down. Going other way. And a substitution, Chase Eller and Brandon Sanchez subbing in. Taxatoritas and Sullivan will take a seat. And Chase Eller has a sister on the girls' team, Avery Eller, who had 6 points in the first game we live streamed this season. And here comes Tomlinson. Tomlinson inside. Finds the corner but won't shoot. Taxatoritas, great defense. Cutting his Bloom, but Sanchez pulls that steal. And Sanchez driving up. Not playing the press anymore. Here comes Price. Price looking for someone. Finding Taxatoritas. Taxatoritas just decides to dribble it out. 30 seconds left on the clock. Taxatoritas crosses over. Back to Price. Here comes Price. 24 seconds remaining. What will Price do here? Passing it to Sanchez. Sanchez. Eller. Eller. Taxatoritas. Taxatoritas driving in through the physicality. The foul. Going to the line for 2. And SJ Taxatoritas getting his first 2 and having some problems. Zach Fearman with his coach. And, no free throws. Inbounding the ball will be Fairfield Woods Middle School. And here comes Fearman. Fearman, 10 seconds remaining. The push by Macalow going Woods basketball way with less than 10 seconds to go. 9.3 remaining. And here comes Price. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sanchez to Fearman. Fearman pulls. Nothing but net. Zach Fearman from 3. Zephyr. What a play by Fearman. 19-6 in the end of the first quarter. What a play. And we are going to be sending it to Lorenzo at the quarter. And back to you, Lorenzo. And now we're going to be seeing an interview with Zach Fearman before this one. Alright, tell me one. Hello, Fairfield Woods Middle School. I'm here with Zach Fearman, made the team 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Zach, what is your strategy going into this one? How's your confidence against Tomlinson right now?
I'm pretty high on confidence. Just gotta have a team effort. Everybody bring their part, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game, one of the closer ones. And we're playing against a tough team. Tomlinson's a good coach, good players, and I think it'll be a good game.
What have you worked on during the summer that will make you more of a threat?
I've definitely worked on more mobility, like getting faster and getting stronger, and yeah, that type of stuff. My shooting's always been pretty good, so I've also been working on that and just getting to the hoop. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Zach. All right, Fairfield Woods Middle School, back to you, Arav. All right, Fairfield Woods, getting you your live stream in the first minute of the quarter. As we saw Zach Fearman going into this one, improving shooting, and he is planning to destroy this Tomlinson rivalry, as we said, off camera. And here comes Bloom going against Sanchez. Bloom inside, pump fakes, blocked by Eller. Still going Tomlinson way, and exchanging a little bit of words. Eller and Bloom, good old buddies, I assume, as we saw him smiling after that one. And here comes Bloom against Sanchez. The size is too much. Eller pulling that one down. Declan inside, the pass for Fearman. Fearman can't reach that one, going Tomlinson way. And inbounding that one will be Wormley. And here comes Gilbert. Declan Gilbert getting it to Bloom. Gilbert, it's side for McElroy. McElroy to Bloom. Bloom to Wormley. Wormley to Gilbert. Gilbert against Sullivan. Gilbert inside. Sullivan trips. Can he get the basket to go? Won't go. Foul on Tomlinson, going Woods' way. And it'll be Zion Diabene subbing in for Gilbert. And it will be Saleh subbing in for Griffin Hogland. And here comes Declan Sullivan. Sanchez. Sanchez against Sullivan. Sullivan to chase Eller. Eller to Sullivan. Sullivan a little bit shooken up from that fall. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan looking for a driving angle. Gets it to Taxatorides. Taxatorides inside. Post up, finding Eller. Eller pulls on. Pushes it. Chase Eller from downtown. And 22-6, Fairfield Woods Middle School lead this in-town rivalry. Not even a contest for Fairfield Woods Middle School so far. Here comes McElroy. McElroy against Taxatorides. McElroy lays it up and lays it in off the backhand. A little bit of spin on that one. And here comes Sullivan. Sullivan going inside. Sullivan passing it to Taxatorides. Taxatorides, a little bit of a hesitation there. Taxatorides pulling that one down, and that's going to be a push on Tomlinson. And Woods, Jimmy Taxatorides draws that one against McElroy. And Jimmy Taxatorides going to be shooting his 6th and 7th free throws, 6-7. I know you're laughing. And Taxatorides with his first one bricks it, and this Tomlinson crowd distracting Taxatorides as Kofet subbing in for Sanchez and Price subbing in for Sullivan. Taxatorides shooting his 7th free throw attempt. Can't make it, and McElroy pulls that one down. McElroy passing it to Bloom. Will Bloom passing it to Wormley. Wormley shoots it, a complete air ball, and Bloom pulling that one down. Great defensive play by Zach Fearman. And will Kofed get the steal? No. Instead it goes to Zion. Zion against Eller. Zion finding someone but won't get it to go. That's going to be going Woods' way. Tomlinson off the turnover from Minosala. Couldn't get that one. And subbing in will be Taxatorides for Zach Fearman. And here comes Kofed, inbounding to Brady Price. Brady Price making the team on 3 occasions. And Brady Price played FBA, Future Stars, and others, wants to improve his left-hand finishing, and also plays soccer. As can't get that one to go, as Bloom driving in on Taxon Toritas. Bloom laying it up and in, and that will make it 10-22. A 12-point lead for Fairfield Woods Middle School with 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this second quarter before halftime. Price, Eller pumping his defender, and Jimmy Taxon Toritas posting up. Jimmy against Bloom. Defense. That's good defense, but a little bit too aggressive. Bloom drawing the foul. Actually, it's going to be an offensive foul on Woods off the post up, and that's going to be a timeout for Woods. That's going to be a timeout on Woods, and we will be right back, Fairfield Woods. And we are back, Woods. Number 42 subbing in for Tomlinson, Nathaniel Cho, and Jordan Amakpo subbing in. And we saw him play against Flood last game. And here comes Bloom. Bloom gets it to Zion. Zion, a complete air ball. And that's going to be a foul. Going Tomlinson way. And Zion going to be inbounding that one on Kofed, as we're seeing a substitution. Number 34, Mamadou Macalo, subbing in for number 12. Zion, inbounding. Passes it. Here comes Bloom against Taxon Toritas. Bloom turns around, won't shoot. Going inside, crossing over against Brady Price. Price lost the ball, and that'll be going Woods basketball.
Tomlinson turnover. Woods ball going down.
And here comes Brady Price. Here comes Price. Price going inside, back to Taxon Toritas. Taxon Toritas to Kofed. Kofed inside, passing it to Taxon Toritas. Here comes Taxon Toritas, crossing over. Problem with the scoreboard a little bit. Crossing over, Amakpo, back to Price. Price, inside. And here comes Price, passing it to Jimmy S.J. Taxon Toritas. And S.J. off the screen from Eller. Another screen from Eller. S.J. inside. That's going to be Tim. Going Woods basketball. And Kofed going to be inbounding that one against Zion. And the sub, Landon Howard, subbing in for Chase Eller. Both of them come over forward. And here comes Kofed. Kofed inbounding that one for Jordan. Jordan tries one. Complete air ball, and Bloom pulling that one down. Bloom inside. Bloom, the behind the back. That's going to be no shot. Foul on Woods. Going Tomlinson way. And we're going to see Declan Sullivan about to sub in. Sullivan subbing in for Kofed. Zion passing it. Zion inside. Here comes Zion. Zion passing it to Wormley. Wormley inside. And here comes the steal by S.J. Taxel-Torides. Fast break. Taxel-Torides inside. Amakpo lost it. Howard inside for Price. Price. Sullivan. Sullivan fakes it. Back to Howard. Howard inside. The reverse. Amakpo pulls it down. Amakpo won't go. That's going to be another rebound. Sullivan lays it up and in. Declan Sullivan for the two. The floater. And that's going to be going Tomlinson way off the bucket from Declan Sullivan. And here comes Sullivan against Zion. Zion draws the foul. That's going to be a push. And that'll be Tomlinson basketball. Zion passing it inside. The steal from Landon Howard. Howard lobbing it up for Declan Sullivan. The foul going Woods' way. And the substitution here for Tomlinson. Hayden Chu subbing in for Wormley. And inbounding that one will be Landon Howard. Howard for Price. Price inside. Crossing over. Declan Sullivan. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan driving in. That's going to be a foul going Woods' way. And complaining about the fouls are coach and his team. Howard inbounding this one. Landon Howard making the team 7th and 8th grade. He has played basketball and travel and Wakeman. Season goal to win a championship. Plays baseball. Won 2 championships. Older and younger sisters also play sports. And that one's swatted away by Tomlinson. Here comes Chu. Chu going inside. Chu, layup, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Howard. Howard in transition for Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides tries the 360. Blocked by Tomlinson. And here comes Tomlinson going inside against Sullivan. Zion against Sullivan. A minute and 46 remaining. Taxel-Torides though behind the back. Pulls it back. Off the sham god. Inside. Zion. Zion against Sullivan. Zion just pulls it. Won't go. Rebound. S.J. Taxel-Torides. Here comes Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan, the crossover. Passing it to Amakpo. Great pass. Amakpo lays it up and in. Off the assist. Declan Sullivan. And Tomlinson bringing this one. Here comes Zion against Sullivan. Inside, driving Tomlinson against 2 defenders. Won't go. Chu pulling one. Won't go. Landon Howard getting that one down. And here comes Price on the pass break. Foul. That's going to be going Woods' way as Gilbert subbing in for Zion. And Amakpo, SJ, and Price subbing out for Sanchez, Eller, and Taxel-Torides. Landon inbounding this one. Taxel-Torides using his physicality. Landon in the corner, driving in to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides lays it up, won't go. Rebound pulled down, and he's going to get tripped. Going Tomlinson way.
Woods are over the limit.
That's going to be a free throw. Nathaniel Chu shooting 2 from the line. And in the pass, it's going to be Fairfield Woods Middle School. And at halftime, we're going to have Lorenzo, as we saw earlier in the quarter, giving us a report as Declan Sullivan getting that one down. Sullivan in transition. Sullivan between the legs behind the back. And a mistake. Nathaniel shooting another one. Here comes Taxel Toritas, letting Sanchez get that one. Sanchez inside, the brother of Leo Sanchez, also plays in FBA and travel. And here comes Taxel Toritas, Sullivan. Sullivan finding someone, passing it to Eller. Eller pulls a three, won't go, rattles in and out. And Makmo Magduku pulling that one down. Here comes Gilbert to Muhammad. And Landon Howard pulling that one down. Sullivan in the fast break. Won't go. Eller trying to pull that one down. 14 seconds on the clock. Landon playing great defense. Won't go. Howard against him. Travel going one's way. 6 seconds to go. Will they get another buzzer beater? Seitel subbing in for Jimmy Taxel Toritas. We saw the crazy buzzer beater by Fearbin and Howard. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And won't hit it. And we will be going to halftime. And now we will be passing it to Lorenzo Shtufaj for your halftime report. Take it away, Lorenzo.
No, the camera's right there. I'm about to go on. So yeah, just get on the camera. Break announcer for the game, and Woods has been dominating with a 16-point lead against Tomlinson. Their defense has been doing amazing so far, with the Taxel Toritas twins leading them, with holding Tomlinson with it only 10 points, and their offense has scored 26 at the half. This is your break announcer, Lorenzo Shtufaj. Back to Justin. Bang.
All right, everyone, we will now have an interview with Coach Farrell before this one. Hello, Fairfield Woods Middle School. I'm Justin Otoshi here with Coach Farrell. Coach, after that first game against Flood, what is your strategy going in against Tomlinson, an in-town rival?
Well, Tomlinson's going to be a very good test. It'll be an indicator where we're at. So we look forward to the challenge. We're going to approach it just like we approach every game. So we're going to go out the best we can. We'll see what happens.
Are you seeing any players like taking in that leader role, especially now having 6th graders, now 7th graders, now 8th graders? Who do you see taking on that leader role on this team?
They're all doing a very good job. Brady Price is doing a really good job of commanding the floor, getting everybody where they should be. But all the guys are doing a great job. Jimmy is putting up a lot of points right now. Declan had a great first game. It could be anybody's night on any given day, which is nice.
Thank you, Coach. All right. Woods, we are back. And in this second half, we're going to see Brady Price, Chase Eller, Landon Howard, Declan Sullivan, and S.J. Taxatorides. And on Tomlinson's end, we are going to be seeing Hayden Chu. I believe that's Will Bloom, Jackson Wormley. It doesn't matter because Woods is probably gonna win this one, 26-10. And inbounding this one is gonna be Hayden Chu. Chu passing it to Mo. Mo against Sullivan. Sullivan to Bloom. Bloom against Howard. Decides one. Pump fakes. Passing it to Bloom. Bloom inside. Mo finding one. Driving in. Driving inside. Won't go. Tomlinson. Woods fighting for it. Woods just pulls it down anyways. And here comes Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan inside. Stripped away. But Declan will decide to pull that one down. Howard. Passing it to Taxatorides. Taxatorides. That's going to be a foul.
S.J. Taxatorides draws the foul and is going to the line for 2 shots.
Going to the line. First foul on Tomlinson. Going to the line for 2 is S.J. Taxatorides. First one. Rattles in and out. Won't go. Second one for Taxatorides. Taxatorides is second. Goes in. 27-10. 17-point lead for Fairfield Woods Middle School. Price against Chu. Chu against Mo. Great jump, but won't get it. And instead it's Chu going in. Passing it. Declan decides to pull it down, but won't. Wormley passing it to Chu. Chu inside. The layup won't go. Rebound Howard. Howard against Mo. That's going to be a foul on Landon Howard going Tomlinson away. And that's going to be 2 free throws for Tomlinson. Mido Saleh getting that one. Mido. First one. Will go. No, it won't. And Mido with his second. Mido shooting his second one. First one won't go. Goes in, and that'll be Fairfield Woods Middle School basketball. Taxatorides inbounding for Sullivan. Sullivan against, gets it to Taxatorides. And here comes Price. Price. And that's going to be Will Bloom with the steal. Bloom inside to Mido. And that'll be going Tomlinson way off the tip. Fairfield Woods Middle School. Jimmy Taxatorides right now leading the charge with 8 points. The 3 complete air ball. Here comes SJ. SJ passing it to Sullivan. Sullivan finding Howard. Howard decides to pull one. Tipped. Going Tomlinson way. Here comes Chu. Chu going inside. Chu against Brady. Off the inbound pass. Middle completely destroys that one. Sullivan to SJ. SJ inside, layup, gets it to go. SJ Taxatorides, 29-11. And Bloom inbounding this one. Bloom to Wormley. Wormley inbounding this one to Chu. Chu loses his dribble, and here comes Bloom. Bloom to Wormley. Wormley inside on Taxatorides. Wormley finding someone. Gonna get inside to Chu. Chu pulls it. Gets it to go. 29-13. Woods leading the charge still, but getting that one. Here comes Woods. Woods. The foul. And Landon will be inbounding this one. And the inbound. Fearman substituting in for Chase Eller. And Zephyr taking the floor. And here comes Sullivan. Sullivan passing it to Price. Price calling a play. Brady crossing over. to Howard. Howard driving in. Fearman tries one. Won't go. Rebound Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides, the layup. Won't go. Rebound by Tomlinson. Here comes Chu. The crossover on Fearman. Wormley finding someone. Minnow shoots it. Won't go. Rebound Sullivan. Sullivan going inside. Sullivan against Minnow. Sullivan to Fearman. Fearman to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides inside. Passing it to Sullivan. Sullivan tries one. Won't go. Rebound by Price. Price looking for someone. And the steal by Tomlinson in transition. Great defense. Falling down. Here comes Chu. Chu, the layup won't go. Pulled down by Fearman. Fearman going inside. Fearman. Sullivan. Sullivan passing it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides behind the back. And he's looking. Getting it to Price. Here comes Price. Going inside. Passing it to Howard. Howard. Fearman to Howard. Howard to Price. Price all alone. Tries one. No good. And that's going to be a timeout with Tomlinson. And we will be taking a break right now, Woods. We'll be right back. Backwoods, and Taxel-Torides inbounding this one 29-13. Actually, Tomlinson inbounding this one 29-13. Woods lead. And the inbound, here comes Wormley. Wormley to Bloom. Bloom getting it to Minnow. Minnow going inside. Back in. Bloom. Great defense by Woods. Getting it to number 20. He's all alone. Gets that one to go, and it's 15-29. Fairfield Woods Middle School basketball lead. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan against Minnow. Sullivan the foul. And that'll be Fairfield Woods Middle School basketball. Taxel-Torides still leading, even though he only played for a little while. And here comes Price. Price, the point. Getting it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides. Fearman calling for it. Gets it to his brother. SJ. Fearman. Off the screen. Taxel-Torides to Price. Price. Price gets it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides to Sullivan. Sullivan, the jab step. Crosses over. Going inside. The layup. Rattles in. Declan Sullivan, 31-15. A 16-point lead for Fairfield Woods Middle School. Griffin inside. Griffin getting it to Bloom. Bloom going in. Bloom lays it. Won't go. Rebound by Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides back to Sullivan. Sullivan crosses over. Inside. Sullivan with 3 defenders on him. Won't go. And Fearman tips that one. Fearman pulls it down. Sullivan, he's all alone. Declan Sullivan laying it up. And 33-15, as you heard it from Jude Rosenberg, our public address announcer. Woods with now a 18-point lead. And Tomlinson getting that one to go as they put the lead back down to 15. Price pulls it. Won't go. Taxel-Torides pulling it down, but can't get it. Here comes Wormley. Wormley looking for someone. Gets it to Bloom. Bloom inside. Bloom the layup. Gets it in. 20-33. Here comes Price. Price looking at the clock. They have 2 minutes before they win this rivalry. And the timeout from Fairfield Woods 20-33. Tomlinson trailing by 13, and Coach Farrell will decide to talk it over. And we'll be right back once. We are back, and inbounding this one will be Jimmy. Here comes Price. Sanchez taking the floor as we see, subbing in. And Price to Tassel Toritas. Tassel Toritas to Sanchez. Sanchez to Tassel Toritas. SJ to Fearman. Fearman inside. Going inside, won't go, but that'll be a foul on Tomlinson. Fearman shooting two. 33-2, Woods lead. And Zephyr going to the line for two. Won't get that one to go. The Tomlinson crowd here. Yes, we do have some Tomlinson people here. As we said, this is an in-town rivalry. Fairfield against Fairfield. Fearman shooting his second. Gets that one to go.
Zach Fearman goes to the two from the line. This lead 34-20.
34-20. 14-point lead. And Zach Fearman trying to get that one, but will draw the foul. And Tomlinson will still have this one. Logan Schmucker inbounding this one. Sanchez with a steal, but will still be going Tomlinson way. Inbounding this one will be Tomlinson. Bloom inside against Sanchez. Bloom inside. Won't go, and it goes. 22-34. Here comes Price. Price, Sanchez cutting. Price going inside. Fearman for three. No go. Rebound Bloom. Bloom in transition. Passing it to Grimley, who's all alone. Well go. Taps from Toritas, jumped too early for that. Bloom. 1 minute remaining in this one. Bloom to Grimley. Grimley against Fearman. Back to Bloom. Stolen by Fearman. Fearman. What's he gonna do here? Fearman. The Euro. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Griffin. Going Tomlinson way. Here comes Griffin. And Sherbina, Francisco Sherbina will sub in for Taxa Toritas, and Fearman will sub out for Landon Howard. Here comes Midda. Midda. Inside. Passing it to Bloom. Bloom to Griffin. Griffin looking for an opening. Gets it to Bloom. Bloom, 30 seconds remaining in this one. Midda cutting. Won't lay that one up. Here goes Price. Price inside. Price with 20 seconds to go. Price goes to Landon. Howard pulls it up. Dagger! Landon Howard secures this one with 10 seconds to go. And Middo, I think this one's over. 4 seconds to go. A shot, and that will conclude it. Fairfield Woods Middle School has defeated the Tomlinson Thunderbirds. And we'll end this in-town rivalry. I'm sorry, this is the third quarter. I was thinking it was the fourth quarter. We still have a lot more basketball to be played. 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And we're going to be sending it to Pedro Rinelli for your announcing report.
What's up, guys? I'm Pedro Rinelli, bringing you your Fairfield Woods stats. Declan Sullivan leads the team with 9 points, and Jimmy Taxel-Torides leads the team, is in second place with 8. All right, and then Chase Eller, Chase Eller, Brady Price, and Landon Howard are in third place with 3 points each, and SJ Taxel-Torides leading, also having 8 points. What's up? All right. Jimmy Taxel-Torides leading the team with 10 field goal attempts and 3 field goal misses. Back to Arav now. Yep.
All right, thank you, Pedro, bringing you your report. And Sullivan calling for it as Price calling for one. Price between the legs, passing it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides fighting his brother. Driving in, Sullivan looking for one. Passing it to Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides to his other brother for 3. Won't go. Pulled down by Bloom, going Tomlinson way. The foul on Woods, though. And Bloom all alone with Griffin in the backcourt. Griffin inside. Griffin passing it in. Loses it a little bit. Here comes Shu. Passing it to Wormley. Wormley inside against Howard. Wormley will not go. And here comes Howard. Howard taking it for Price. Here comes Brady Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan going inside. Sullivan, the tough shot. Won't go. Pulled down. And here comes Tomlinson in transition. Here comes Nathaniel Chu. Chu against Taxel-Torides. Chu lays it up. Won't go. Rebound by Taxel-Torides, giving it to Brady Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan, he's all alone. Won't go, bouncing off back rim. And Bloom pulling that one down. And here comes Logan Schmucker. Schmucker getting it to Griffin. Griffin Hugland inside. That's going to be a foul on Taxel-Torides. 2 free throws for Griffin Hugland. And the boys right now, they're 2-0, defeating Worcester, the defending champions, on the road. And they beat Flood here in Bannock Pavilion just a couple days ago. And subbing in will be Amakpo for Taxel-Torides, as well as number 23, Kanoa McKierman. And Taxel-Torides will be taking a seat. Hugland shooting his second. Won't go. Sullivan being quick with it. Sullivan pulling it back. Here comes Price against Chu. Chu against Price. Price, be careful not to step back court. Price to Howard. Howard to Sullivan. Sullivan jab step. Howard steps back. Won't go. Howard to Price. Price, 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in this game. Amakpo inside. Amakpo, the jab step. Amakpo gets it to go. Jordan Amakpo. Tomlinson coach upset with that one, that it didn't call the travel. And Tomlinson going inside. Amakpo guarding him. Here comes Chu. Chu against Price. Chu inside. They're trying to get a shot up, but won't. Here comes Grimley. Grimley won't get it to go. And Amakpo pulling that one down. Chu getting the steal. Chu on the fast break with only Price on him. Rebound by Taxel-Torides. Taxel-Torides to Brady Price. Price to Sullivan. Sullivan really getting quick offensive buckets as Howard, the reverse, gets it to go. Landon Howard with the reverse for the verse. 41-22. Yup, you get it, Woods. 41-22. Chu to Bloom. Bloom off the aggressive defense of Price. Bloom, the foul on Fairfield Woods Middle School. Still going Tomlinson way. And the Thunderbirds only with 22 points, led by Bloom. And he's at the line right now. Bloom, first one. Off front rim. And Chu substituting for Hogland. Hogland taking his seat. Will Bloom with a second free throw. Couldn't get his first one to go. 1 of 2 from the line for Will Bloom. And makes it 23-41. Howard for Price. Decided to run the full court press as Tomlinson. Howard finding someone. Timeout from Fairfield Woods Middle School.
Timeout.
And we'll be right back, Fairfield Woods.
We are in the fourth quarter here. The Wildcats are bringing the Birds to its knees, leading by 17 points. SJ Taxel Toritas scoring over 10 points so far, with his brother Jimmy in a close second place. Their defense has been phenomenal. Only allowing 23 points in 4 quarters. Back to Justin.
All right, thank you so much, Lorenzo. Brady Price, Declan Sullivan, Landon Howard, Jordan Mokpo taking the floor. They're missing a 5th player. Taxel Toritas just standing there. And Taxel Toritas will be inbounding that one for Brady Price. Here comes Price. Price looking for an opening. Here comes Price. Price inside, passing it to Howard. Howard to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for an opening. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan, Price waving him off. Declan Sullivan resetting against Rimley. To SJ Taxel Toritas. Landon Howard cutting, but he won't pass it. SJ Taxel Toritas just standing there. 4:45 remaining in this one. And Brady Price, the screen, absolutely bodied. And Taxel Toritas going for the layup, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Tomlinson. And this in-town rivalry is not over yet, 23-41. And here comes Chu against Price. Chu, between the legs, behind the back. Back to Bloom. Bloom inside the Euro, lays it up and in. Tomlinson getting that one. And here comes Woods. Here comes Declan Sullivan going towards Tomlinson bench, and Woods will be inbounding that one. Howard inbounding for Sullivan. Sullivan for Price. Price against Bloom. Switching, finding an angle. Sullivan to Howard. Howard, he has SJ in the corner. Won't go. And going Tomlinson way with the great defense from Will Bloom. I see we'll be inbounding this one. And here comes Hayden Chu. Hayden Chu against Price. Price on the low defensive stance. Chu driving. Finding someone. Finds Bloom. Here comes Bloom to Chu. Chu inside against Price. Chu, the layup. Completely misses that one as Amakpo pulls that one down. Here comes Price. Brady Price. Passing it for someone. Won't go. Pounds it. Oh, making him look away. Oh my goodness. Brady Price. That is nasty. Here comes Landon Howard. Howard for Sullivan. Sullivan. Amakpo. Amakpo. Declan Sullivan. Sullivan crossing over. Taxel Toritas. Turning around. Spins against Sullivan. Here comes Sullivan. Waving Brady off. Brady against Grimley. Grimley. Here comes Price. Driving in. Brady, the layup won't go. Pulled down by Bloom. Here comes William. Will Bloom. Looking for someone. Finds the corner. Wide open. The jab step. The three. Nothing but net for Tomlinson. 28-41. Getting closer now is Tomlinson to Woods. And that's going to be a foul on Tomlinson. 3 fouls to 0. And they're in the pass. Bierman and Sherbina subbing in for Amakpo and Howard.
Timeout Woods.
And that's going to be a timeout called by Farrell. And we'll be right back, Woods. right, Woods, we are back for some more fourth quarter action. Leading the charge is Declan Sullivan with 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And SJ inbounding this one. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan, 2 minutes and 35 remaining in this one. Here comes Sullivan, passing it to Taxatorides. Here comes Price. Price against Chu. Chu to Bloom. Taxatorides. Bloom with aggressive defense, passing it to Fearman. Fearman to Will. To Brady. I'm sorry. Brady, the floater, won't go. Rebound by Tomlinson. Kind of kicks it. And here comes Sullivan. Declan going inside. Back to SJ Taxatorides. Taxatorides will lay that one up and in.
Woods lead 43-28.
And 2 minutes remaining on this one. And here comes Will Bloom. Will Bloom will lay it up. That's going to be a foul on Woods. And Bloom going to the line for 2. And Tomlinson, I've noticed, playing aggressive defense so far. Missing that one. Chase Eller subbing in for Zach Fearman. And Griffin talking to coach a little bit. And Bloom, next one, will go. Here comes Sullivan. Sullivan getting it to Taxatorides. Taxatorides. Back to Price. Price. Chu with the steal. 1:46 remaining. Chu the drive. Passing it to Griffin. Griffin, the layup. Will go. Chu against Brady Price with a hand up. Chu, the layup, and one for Hayden Chu. Going to the line for one more. Last time we played Tomlinson at home, they waved us goodbye. Not today, Woods. Not today. Eller against Chu. Chu. Eller passing it to Declan Sullivan. Sullivan to Sherbina. Sherbina to Price. Price passing to someone. Gets it to Declan Sullivan. Sullivan to Taxatorides. Taxatorides, he gets Bloom. Here comes Chase. Chase to Sullivan. Sullivan passing it to Price. Price to SJ. SJ finding a driving angle. Passing it to Sherbina. Out of bounds. Going Woods' way. Great play by Francisco Sherbina. Knew he was trapped. Throwing it off his defender to still make it Woods play. Woods basketball. Taxatorides off the aggressive defense will be going Tomlinson way. Will Bloom inbounding this one. And the substitution here, Taxatorides going in for Francisco Sherbina. Here comes Chu against Price. Price against Chu.
1 minute remaining in the game.
Here comes Eller. Eller to Price. Brady Price, 43-31 with 1 minute to go. Brady Price to Sullivan. Here comes Declan. Gets his defender. Eller. Eller to Taxatorides. Taxatorides inside. Will he lay it up? He won't go. Here comes Tomlinson. Griffin going in. Tomlinson looking for someone. 30 seconds to go. Going off the rim. Going out the other backboard. It will be going Woods' way. A little bit of arc on that one. Hits the other backboard. Passing it to Taxatorides with 30 seconds to go. Will they hold it? I guess so. Sullivan. Eller. Price. Pump fakes it. That's going to be a foul on Tomlinson. 20 seconds to go. SJ Taxatorides inbounding this one. Taxatorides off the screen for Price. 19 seconds to go. Taxatorides. Almost a 8-second violation. Here comes SJ Taxatorides. Taxatorides. The layup won't go. 7 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 33. And that'll be Woods survives, winning winning this in-town rivalry. Declan Sullivan, the leading scorer with 9 points, beating Tomlinson 43-34. And great defense by Tomlinson, but can't get it done. And also, for Fairfield Woods Middle School, this crowd has been completely nice. If you're watching the stream right now and you know that you were here, incredible job distracting the Tomlinson Thunderbirds. And I'm Justin Otoshi with this for your coverage for Tomlinson versus Fairfield Woods Middle School. See you on the next one.